Welcome to the next episode of WaterparkRangers Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. In the last episode, we finished Area 1 and got the special key to this door in the foyer, so now this episode, we are going to start exploring Area 2, which will take quite a few more episodes because Area 1 was a tutorial, all the other areas get excessively longer. So we start off in a hallway with a ton of locked doors and a lot of weak ghosts, so just vacuum them up, or if they're a bigger ghost, then shine the flashlight on them and then vacuum them up. Because you saw that one had 0 HP, the hallway ghosts are very much just fodder for the Poltergust. So this is the only open room in the bathroom, so we gotta go here first. And it's got a new kind of ghost. This variety will grab you, and the white kind of it doesn't make you lose hearts, but it'll make you lose your money. So to shake them off, shake the control stick from side to side, and then you'll escape. It's very simple. We didn't even get caught. And yet, Gadd still shows up to give us his program message that we ran into a bit of trouble and we need more training. Number 1, that wasn't any trouble at all. Number 2, you're the one who needs more training because you couldn't even properly catch a gold ghost in the intro. Gadd is like the most incompetent Luigi's Mansion player ever. He doesn't even shine the flashlight on the ghost to stun him. I watched the scene again and I realized that they forgot to do that. But we won't forget our proper ghost catching technique. It's probably the only valuable thing that Gadd has ever done for us. Oh, aside from give us, of course, you know, the vacuum and the Gameboy horror and all that good stuff. And we will put some of our tools to the test here against a new kind of ghost. Oh, Shy Guys. Yeah, Shy Guy ghosts. These are based off the Shy Guy enemies from the Super Mario Brothers series. I forget which one they first appeared in, but they look kind of like him. Their masks are a little bit different, but there are some ones that have normal masks. So the idea is vacuum off the masks and then shine the flashlight on them to catch them. See, we got hearts because we got 2 of them at a time. Ooh, gold bar. I want. That's our second one. And as you saw, don't get too close because they can hit you with their spears because they like to fling those around randomly. And if you take care of one of their partners, then they will stop doing their little fighting dance, and that other one will just like walk towards you slowly. So it might be to your advantage to try and keep them in pairs and finish them off in pairs if possible. That's the safest way to go about doing it. They're not a very common ghost, so you don't have to think about it too often, but it's just better to handle them this way. And this room is special because after we do this, a new portrait ghost appears, and it's actually 2 of them at the same time, but it only counts for 1, because you will pull in both of them at the same time. The idea is stand on the same thing they're on, don't face them. When the guy goes like, "Ah!" then that's your turn to just vacuum up, as you're seeing right here. And they're very easy. I should be able to get them in one go. So that mushroom is very dangerous. So that little mushroom hits you, it will shrink you temporarily and make you lose coins. And also the ability to use any of your good items except for your flashlight, which makes you very open to damage. So it's a bad thing to have all around. It can also make you lose pearls. And so the key just goes to the next room in here, which is conveniently located right over there. So this key goes to the storage room where they store things, like that red chair that has a blue ghost in it. So to take it safely, first we'll make that one evaporate, we'll scare out the blue ghost, and catch it before we get punched. Yeah, you can't catch them when the light turns on, to my knowledge. That just doesn't make any sense. Ghosts are only supposed to appear in the dark, according to this game. And now we'll just take care of that annoying purple, pink puncher, whatever they're called. And there's another ghost that appears here, which is a recolor of the one from before that appeared in the bathroom. It's red and has twice as much life, and it will actually damage you as well as make you lose coins when it grabs you. So keep in mind that they are a little bit more dangerous for that reason. 2 of them at the same time. I didn't see that coming. Whoa! Hey, how come you didn't disappear? We had to shake him off there, as you saw. That was a ghost catching fail. I guess, okay, so the flashlight doesn't always make them disappear. Only if it's held on for them for long enough time, apparently. Sometimes it just stuns them, and in this case, that just wasn't enough. Alright, so in the mirror you see there's a reflection of a button on the wall that says, "Don't push." What in the world is this? I don't know. Let's push it. Ah, it's opened up a hidden door. I mean, what would a haunted mansion be without one of these? Every one of them's gotta have it. So now the room is twice as big as before. There's not very much over here aside from a poster that says, "Danger!" Alright, so let's vacuum it off. And there's another button hidden behind it. So let's push it. Nothing can possibly go wrong, right? Wrong! Who's there? Who dares disturb our sleep? Oh, it's Luigi. Look, guys, Luigi's finally here. We're gonna do to you what we did to your brother, only worse. What's on his back? It's Gadd's Poltergust 3000! Everybody scram! So now we're gonna get a message from Gadd, and those are the boos. Then those are the ones that freed all his portrait ghosts from the paintings. And we just found all of them, and now they're in the mansion hiding around. I'm tickled you found them, but perhaps it would have been better if you hadn't, well, let every single one escape. Just a thought. I love that line. So yeah, our next little quest that we have to do revolves around catching these boos. And Gadd's explaining to us that the principle of boos is that they're different from other ghosts, and that when they're together, their combined powers are very strong, and that's how they defeated Mario. And the Game Boy Horror has a secret function called the Boo Radar, and we're going to use that to search for boos in the mansion, because we've got to catch them, and that'll weaken the entire group's power by taking out each boo of the group. So they hide in rooms that we've already been in, so we're going to be returning to the Area 1 rooms first. They appear usually in lit rooms after you light them. You just have to examine random objects until the yellow flasher turns red, and usually that's either a boo or a boo-related object that could potentially be a trap. And there are two kinds of traps. There are either decoys that do nothing, or bombs that can cause a little bit of damage. So just keep searching until you find it. Oh, that was a bomb, see? Those boos. They're dastardly, and they hide in different places. I am bamboo, if you please. And they also have really bad pun names that all revolve around the word boo. And some of them I still haven't figured out. So Gadd's just telling you stuff that I already explained here about boos. He's pretty much just going to ask us to save every time we catch a boo. And I'm not going to, just because it's easier for me to record if I don't constantly save whenever I find a boo. So let's see. No, that was a decoy. Unless you really hear the boo and see it fly out, then it's a decoy. Looking for me, Bootha? I don't get it. So kind of the trick to catching these is to vacuum and kind of run back and forth while pulling it in, otherwise they seem to escape more easily. That's just from my experience. I mean, I'm no boo catching expert, but we are going to try and catch all of them, and as you can see, we have 2 out of 50, so that we have a lot more to find. Want to play Game Boo Advance? No! That's a pretty bad one. If I remember correctly, there's another one that's just called Game Boo. They're really not too original with these boo names. But beggars can't be choosers. And look, we're Waluigi in the mirror. Easter egg? No, not at all. Back up the stairs. Area 1 is really kind of odd. It's just secluded from the rest of the mansion. You'll see that the rest of the mansion is really quite connected and spread out. But Area 1 is just a little hideaway. So where could the boo be? Not there. Maybe inside the ship in the bottle? Yeah, I think that's it. Speak not my name. Taboo! Oh no, the final boss of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Actually, in that game, I have, like, so many trophies of him on Intense, and little fun fact, I once beat Taboo in Super Smash Bros. Brawl on Intense, using only Sheik. No other characters. It was crazy. What I did was I used some of the stickers to get more slash attacks. But that's an entirely different story. Doubt we're going to be ever doing a Brawl Let's Play, because I just don't think that would make sense. Because, I mean, I don't know where I would Let's Play. I hate the Subspace Emissary, for the record. I am the Yummy Boolicious. Yeah, Boolicious, delicious, I get it. That's just awful. You deserve to be caught, and disintegrated, or whatever happens to these boos. Now, Gadd gives us an extra message once he's found 5 boos. He says, now don't work up a sweat, and go to the washroom to, not work up a sweat, or something along those lines. Basically, a new room is open in the second area, which is the washroom. But we're not going there quite yet, because we still have a few more boos to find in the lit rooms. I'm Turboo, and off I go! It's good to just get the boos as you're going along, that way you're not frantically wandering around the mansion at the end of the game trying to find a boo that you missed. Because there are number requirements for boos that you have to get, I forget what they are, but there are certain barriers that you're going to encounter later in the game. A couple of them in some of the later areas, where you need to have a certain number of boos caught, otherwise you won't be able to progress. And so it's better to just catch them as you're going along, that way you're not having to search every single room in the mansion just to find a lost boo, which has happened to me before, and it's always such a piss-off. Yeah, don't forget to go into these 2 rooms. I did once, and I was wandering the entire mansion looking for these 2 stupid boos. Oh yeah, and if you take too long to like search for a boo or look for it in the wrong place, it will hide and switch into a different object. Usually that's designated by the boo raider going off in a different area, and you hear the boo. Hello, I am Boo La La. You're racist. There we go. Oh yeah, boos can also run into other rooms, I should tell you. That can get very obnoxious. So try and get as much HP out of their system before letting them escape to another room. So you can chase them through different rooms if it really comes to something that drastic. And in some cases, it'll be a lot of painful back and forth, and if you leave one alone for too long, hiding around, it will hide in a different object in a different room, and then it can be a real pain to find, especially with decoys all over the place. So bottom line, try and catch a boo in each room that you visit, if it can appear, and the boo radar designates if there's one in the room by turning yellow. Doesn't always. There are some rooms where boos just aren't there. It's not very frequent, but it happens. Just call me Game Boo. See, this is a boring one that I was telling you about, but it still has more HP than Game Boo Advance somehow. Don't know what message Nintendo is trying to spread. Alright, so that takes care of all the boos that we could possibly really encounter up to this point. So now we can go to the washroom, which was locked earlier. If you try to get in before finding 5 boos, there's a voice that will say, "Occupied," and it won't let you in. And it was this toad. He dropped a really important thing in the toilet. Don't worry about it. Hey, you're right. No point climbing over the spilled milk. I'll let us roll on down to the depths and let happiness refill my life. Okay. Thank you, bipolar toad. Now let's see if there's any money we can find. And now, oh, key in the toilet. Good thing Toad didn't flush it. Not that he can, anyway. Because then we wouldn't be able to progress. Then we'd have a real problem. Okay, some life, that's good. Yeah, you do want to occasionally just watch your HP. But we're probably not going to take any major hits anyway. At least not in an area that... Ah! These guys are annoying. They'll drop bombs. But they're very weak. You just have to hold the flashlight at the right angle to catch them. Okay, this is a room we'll be returning to a lot. But the first thing that's kind of important here is there should be a hidden piece of cheese behind the fortune teller's chair. Right there. It has a gold mouse, so we're going to catch that gold mouse. There we go. Oh, it has a sapphire, too. I know in another video I accidentally called a sapphire, no, I called an emerald a sapphire by mistake, I think. I don't know my precious stones. There, that's all the money. And then, this room, the mirror room, we get locked in. Ironically, the mirror room, which has the biggest mirror, actually cannot be scanned to transport you back to the foyer. Doesn't work. So now, as you can see, the gimmick of this room is, this time, this type of ghost is invisible, but the mirror tells you where they are. Now, you can rely on the mirror, but I find it better to just know where the fog appears whenever they, you know, kind of appear on the screen, and just attack where they appeared out of the fog. I think that's generally safer. Though it is a little bit harrowing, they just approach ever so slowly. Whoa, that was too close. We're doing really well here. Usually this place always just gives me a bit of a pain. Crikey, here comes another one. Are these supposed to be cats or something? They're like... Rah, rah. I don't like these ghosts. Alright, so that should do it for this room. And next episode, we'll finish this room. See you then.